Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to make an orthographic drawing in Sketchup. At the moment with Sketchup, the only way to do this automatically is with a program called Sketchup Layout, which is a program by Trimble, who've paired up with Google to allow you to make orthographic drawings automatically. But for that, you need Sketchup Pro, which costs $695. If you can't afford that, you have other options. You also have plugins. Which you can use with Google SketchUp, and one good website for that is smuster.com, where I found the only good plugin for making orthographic drawings by Jim Foltz. But again, that costs $5. It isn't free. So the way I'm going to show you today is free, and it takes about 20 minutes to maybe half an hour depending on how quick you are, but it will give you the results you're looking for. Here's one I made earlier with my torch. And this is what we're going to be making today. So we'll start with my SketchUp file. This is my torch / lamp that I'm making for my GCSE project at school. So the first thing you need to do is go to View and remove the axes. And then a couple more things. You need to make sure that your camera is in parallel projection. By default, it's on perspective, but if you put it in parallel projection, when you do things like standard views front, and then compare that to perspective, you'll see that it doesn't have the depth, that unnecessary depth, which if you have, it won't give you that 2D look that you're looking for. So we do that. We also go to View, Edge Style, and remove Profiles. That makes everything look a bit simpler as well. And I think that's it. I think you can start then. So you start with, not a line, you start with selecting your whole thing, and you make it one component, so that it will be easier to manipulate and do what you need to do with it. Torch. Actually, first let me save this as a different thing to my original torch. I'll save it as orthographic demo. Let's just wait for that. Alright, so the first thing you need to do is press M and then hold Control to allow you to copy this. So let's move it upwards along the blue axis about 100, about that far. And then what we're going to do is turn it, press Q for rotate, turn it, and then along the red axis, we're going to turn it 90 degrees. That looks good. And then we're going to do the same thing again. Select it. Move. Control to copy. Move it along the red axis this time. And then we click Q to copy. And make sure you do this from the bottom, otherwise it won't work properly. And then with the rotating it along the blue axis, 90 degrees, just like that. And now just to make sure everything's in line, I'm just gonna move this point to this point, and then move it along the red axis 50 mil. Make sure this point is in line with, oh, I'm still selecting that. Let's just do that again. Select that. Move this point onto here, and then move it upwards along the blue axis about 50 degrees. Oh no, 50 mil is not enough. What's happening here? That's not enough. Make that go 100 more. That's better. So now if you go to your front view, you'll see that it looks like this. It's getting on. Actually, I'm just going to move that 50 down again, just because I'm really nitpicky about these things. There we go. Alright, and then what you have left now is this isometric drawing. I'll show you how to put the measurements in later, but let's do the isometric bit because this is the hard bit. We select our front view again. We copy it, Control C, and then paste it along here. Actually, a better way to do this might be to select it, again, M to move, Control to copy, and just from the corner, move it over here. And now to make this isometric, you're going to have to be careful with the order you do these things. You press Q for rotate, but you go to camera, standard views, top. Then from the top, it looks a bit weird from the top, but this is the one you're trying to move. And you select somewhere where this, protractor looks blue. So here it looks blue. And then you rotate it 30 degrees to the left. 30 degrees. Right, and then you go to camera, standard views, right. And then from the right, somewhere where it's red, actually I think you can do it just from here, from outside the product. You turn it 30 degrees downwards. Why is that not moving? There we go, 30 degrees downwards. And now you have the right angle for isometric, but obviously it's in the middle of this one. So what you want to do now is move it. What I'm going to do is move it so that this point here is touching this point here. Let's just make sure it is. Yep. And then we can move the whole thing across 50. And then let's say this is looking a bit dodgy. I think let's just go to camera, standard views, front. Yeah, actually that's looking alright. That's how we want it to look. Alright, and then now just checking back, it looks like this was a bit higher actually. Let's move this up. Actually, I think the way I did it last time was I made this point and this point the same, and then I moved it along. So let's move it along now. Move it along about 50. Is that? No, that's not right. Oh, 50 more. There we go. And then camera, standard views, front. That's looking more like how we want it to look. Now we can make it look more like a pencil drawn drawing by going to face style, wireframe. That's looking how we want it to look. And then we can add measurements over here. So let's add the measurements we want from here to here. Actually, let's rotate it so that it's in the right place. I'm going to change the view back because it's harder to get the measurements if you don't know what you're looking at. Here, 160 there. Let's a bit closer over here. We'll get the value of this over here, 80. Make sure you're always in the front view because sometimes it can be difficult to get the height of rounded things like this, but it's easy if you've got it in the right view. 60 there. Then oops, lagging a little bit. Let's just go back to wireframe, face style, wireframe. Then we can get the height of this here, height of this here, the height of this here. Oh, that's not right. No, it is. There. This torch. You can't actually see that, but we'll fix that in a second. This here. Anything else? No, I think that is it. That's all we need to measure. I got the depth of this, the length of this. Yep. I haven't got the value across of this. So let's just do that. There we go. Yeah. Oh no, like that isn't it. It will be from here to here, 20 mil. Alright, and then what we can do is select all of these values. this, and right click them, go to entity info, change them so they're a bit smaller. You can change the font if you want, or if it's bold or not. I'm just going to change how big they are to about, actually we'll go to 8. 8. Okay, and now you can see that, you can see most of them. This one maybe, I think this one might be unnecessary because I've pointed out how big this is in another drawing, so I'll just delete that. But this is our orthographic drawing, and then you can just get a screenshot of it, or I'm going to use the snipping tool because that's a bit better. Get a picture of it, and there you go. You can then use that in whichever project you want. Thanks for watching.